Sid Meier's Civilization has been conquering the PCs of strategy gamers for over 30 years. You've all been saying just one more turn an infinite number of times, sacrificing sleep, relationships, and possibly your sanity to the glorious pursuit of world domination. But there is one that reigns supreme, one Sith to rule them all, the GOAT of the series. Sid Meier's Civilization 4. To me, this is the beginning of the modern Civ. If you look at Civ 1, 2 and 3 as the classics, each expanding and refining the formula, Civ 4 is the foundation of everything that followed. It wasn't just an improvement, it defined what Civilization would become. And for better or worse, the first fully 3D Civ, which, to be honest with you, you know how 3D art styles don't always age well? I mean, look at Civ 3. I think this game still looks great to this day. I really like the art style of Civ 3 like a lot. But Civ 4 does look dated as a 3D game. It's not terrible to look at, but you wouldn't look at this game and say, oh, this must have been a rather good looking Civ game back in the day. Even actually if it was. But graphical quirks aside, Civ 4 really brought all the hallmarks of a modern Civ. The introduction of civics laid the groundwork for social policies in later games, diplomacy was richer, AI leaders really felt like they had actual personalities. I mean, Montezuma still acts like a school bully, and Gandhi, well, Gandhi, he has a taste of the nuclear kind. It also added religion, even though it's pretty basic. I think Civ 6 did some smart things to make Civ games more sandboxy with being able to build your own religion. But what truly sets Civ 4 apart is its balance. Each new Civ game after 4 added more and more mechanics, sometimes for the better, sometimes for the worse. Civ 5 added hexes and more tactical combat. Civ 6, well, let's just say if Civilization was a person, Civ 6 would be that hyperactive kid who simply can't stop doing all sorts of things. I would use one word to describe it: bloat. We got districts, we got governors, we got loyalty, we got rock bands, we got climate change, and perhaps in Civ 8 we'll probably have influencers competing for social media dominance. Civ 4 hits that sweet spot. It has depth without drowning you in mechanics, it's strategic without forcing you to pull out an Excel spreadsheet, but you can if you wanted to, especially when you play with higher difficulties. I mean, the community has done the Excel spreadsheet for you. Civ 4 is the GOAT because it avoids the bloat. The civics mechanic is a great demonstration of this. Simple, practical, yet deep implementation of an idea. No separate trees needed here, or policies, or cards, or whatever you want to call it. Just 5 options in 5 categories you unlock as you research tech. And the one and only tech tree, I might add. And you spend a turn to switch to a new type of government, essentially. It's simple, it makes sense, anyone can understand this. While it's not massive in terms of variation as say Civ 6, I don't need a huge number of variations, I just need enough. And Civ 4 was just enough. The simple combination of different civics can make for an interesting playthrough, although by now I'm sure you know that there are a lot of strategy guides out there telling you what you should pick for the most optimal playthrough. And of course, Civ 4 had an incredibly strong modding scene. Who can forget the excellent total conversion Fall from Heaven? One of the best mods ever created. By the way, did you know the creator of Fall from Heaven, Derek Paxton, is now working at Amplitude Studios as game director for Endless Legend 2? It launched his career. Civ 4 wasn't just a great game, it was a platform for even more mods that made the game better, added new twists, and completely new experiences. I mean, I'm not saying in any way Civ 4 is perfect, but I appreciate its simplicity and elegance in design, in the way it added new mechanics and systems without making it overly complicated. A real masterpiece in game design thanks to its now legendary designer Soren Johnson, who is now working on Old World, which I believe has established itself as a very good 4X game in its own right. Maybe I shall do a video about that game in the near future. I will be playing Civ 7 or am playing it by the time you watch this video, but I won't have a video out for it so soon. I want to give it a good go before sharing my thoughts. So tell me in the comments what's your favorite Civ game and why. If you love Civ 4, what's your favorite thing about it? And if you haven't played it, go install it. Experience the glory of Civ 4. Just don't blame me when you look up and realize it's 4 AM and you forgot to go to work. If you enjoyed this video, do attack that like button. It helps the channel quite a bit. Now speaking of 4X games, there's another 4X game that came out last year which I was less enthused by. A 4X game published by Paradox Interactive, Millennia, which to be fair has some interesting ideas, but also well, go check out this video over here. Thanks for watching and farewell, noble friends!